Disney's just not having a good weekend. We'll talk about Ant-Man in a second because that movie is not going to make its money back. It's likely going to lose money. It barely beat Demon Slayer. I think, in fact, one of the days over the weekend it did get beat by Demon Slayer. But before we go into that, let's bring it back to Peter Pan and Wendy. The next live-action movie that's coming out based on an original animated property that they have, it'll almost be the exact same thing, but just a little bit different. Tinkerbell and a few other things. Even the name, Peter Pan and Wendy now. But I want to point out here that this trailer still getting disliked. Not as bad as Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid received millions of dislikes. Unless that's changed now. Here's the trailer right here. You can check it out. 388,000. Just about the same as the Peter Pan one now. 347,000 with 40,000 likes. Now, this movie is going straight to Disney Plus, which is funny to me. Are you afraid to put this in the box office? Are you afraid at what kind of money this might bring in? I think you might be. But what's made this movie really interesting are the reactions. Everybody seems to hate it. Left, right, doesn't seem to matter. Everybody's got something to say about it. And people are finally calling this bullshit out a little bit, saying, hey, maybe make some original characters. In fact, there's an original Tinkerbell-type fairy that is a black woman. Black fairy, white fairy, I don't know. Do you call them people? But either way, a lot of people point out, hey, you've got a black original character. Why don't you use that instead of going the lazy route? So a lot of people calling them out for this bullshit, and I love to see it. This is the famous tweet right here. Disney could care less about making new stories with POC characters. They just put POC to play white characters, and that shows how lazy is Disney. How racist is this? It's like they don't think people of color deserve their own stories, besides like 3 animated movies, Twitter user Tiny Scribble said. And I don't know if that was funny, because one of them that said this had like the they, them in their handle. So that's not somebody that they can just say, oh, that's a right-winger. Also have some reactions from Japan, which is funny to take a look at. Japanese fans react to Black Tinkerbell and Peter Pan and Wendy. Now, I thought this was funny because I like seeing Japan's take on things. Here's their trailer right here. You can see, okay, even the Japanese Disney Channel got disliked. 3.8 thousand dislikes to 309 likes. So obviously I can't read Japanese, but what they did here is translate some of those comments, and we can take a look at them, and I thought it would be kind of fun. And then we'll talk about Ant-Man a little bit. Here we go again, enough already. Can we just stop expecting a movie that isn't politically correct from Disney already? Disney sure has fallen. What's with the serious tune? I can't get excited about that. Tinkerbell is like Disney's poster girl. It's shocking. I guess I'll think of it as an alternate world. That's actually true, and I don't think has anyone pointed that out? Tinkerbell always flies around the logo in the castle and shit. She's looked the same for, how long has Disney been around? Since the 30s of 1930s? She's looked the same since then. I don't know if that's when she first appeared, but she is their poster girl. Literally flies around the logo and shit. This one's funny. Disney is just prioritizing adults over providing children with dreams. Ain't that the truth? Seems like Disney's giving up on kids, and they're trying to please, woke people on Twitter over bringing in a new generation. That is a good point there. I do wonder what's going to happen. These companies that do this shit need to bring in new generations. I wonder what Disney's going to look like in a generation. I just don't see a lot of kids really excited about their properties anymore, and now they're losing Marvel. So, well, they're not losing Marvel. What I'm saying, they're losing. Seems like they're losing that diehard Marvel audience. Let's not even talk about the fact that none of them read comics. These young actors will receive hate from around the world before the movie gets released. I think something is wrong with people making content for kids. The children's happiness is the most important. Disney, I want things to be innocent again. Changing for the worse. It's too much. I'm canceling once The Mandalorian ends. Just change the name to Polycore Plus already. I think it's named Politicore. Yep, I'm quitting after The Mandalorian. It's blasphemy to the original work. There was never a black fairy, so how did that happen? Actually, there is a black fairy. Looks just like Tinkerbell. They could have used that one and maybe had her with Tinkerbell, but they decided not to do that. Is it really necessary to have this much diversity in the world of Peter Pan? Tinkerbell must be from... but, okay, so you see what they're doing there. And I find these reactions funny. Now, here's the other part of the bad news for Disney. So, MGM's Creed 3 $58 million plus franchise record opening, a game changer for Amazon Studios' Sunday box office. This movie did pretty good for what it is. That's on par with the previous ones, except for the fact that they're not telling you the ticket prices, and they're also not adjusting for inflation with the older movies. But aside from that, I didn't think this movie was going to fail because of the fact that it's two dudes beating the shit out of each other, whereas usually we don't get that much anymore in movies. So I thought it would do okay. I have not seen it. I don't have anything against it. I will probably watch it. Since it's an Amazon movie, I'll probably watch it on Amazon Prime for free whenever it comes. But I think the main point that I want to get to here is this. So here are the numbers. Creed 3 did fine, lots of money. Ant-Man 2 barely holding on to number 2. I thought Cocaine Bear was going to beat it, but it wasn't far off. Take a look at these numbers. 11 million versus 12 million. Ant-Man made 12.4 million. Cocaine Bear made 11 million. And Demon Slayer made 10.1 million. The thing that a Demon Slayer is, it's only one new episode of season 3, or whatever they're calling it. They're calling it the Swordsman arc, or the Sword Village arc. I've read the whole manga. It's a pretty good arc coming up. I don't think it's as good as Entertainment District, though. I thought Entertainment District arc was really, really good. I like the whole series, but I'm just saying I really liked that, and the train stuff was really cool. But it's still a good arc, but it was only one new episode. They basically took the last 2 episodes of the Entertainment District and tied it with the first episode of the Swordsman arc, and made that a movie. It wasn't an original movie, but it still did damn good. Even the Jesus movie did damn good. I don't know anything about this movie. I hear it's pro-Christianity, though, which is something you don't see much anymore of. Usually they're always trashing Christians. So good for that movie. I wonder if it's any good. I haven't seen it. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments. I enjoyed that other movie that came out recently, Father Stew. I liked that movie, actually. So maybe I'll check this one out. But anyway, Creed 3 did really good. Ant-Man and the Wasp continuing to fall. We are now at a domestic $186.7 million. That movie is going to have to claw hard to make money. Even, it did get beat one day. Friday, look, on Friday, Ant-Man made $3.1 million. Demon Slayer made $4.2 million. Now, the Saturday, it made a little bit more. $3.4 million for Demon Slayer, $5.8 million for Ant-Man. And then Sunday was a lot closer, $2.4 million for Demon Slayer, $3.4 million. Or $2.4 million for Demon Slayer, $3.4 million for Ant-Man. All for a total of $12 million, and then Demon Slayer made $10 million. Wouldn't it have been funny if this got clobbered? It's only going to keep going down because there's actually a lot of good movies coming out. So Man, Disney has got to really be worried about what's going on right now. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.